Greetings, fellow Insomniacs, and welcome to Insomniac Gaming Theater. I'm your host, the Crazy Player. Greetings, Tenno. So, you have made it through the Earth Junction to Venus and the Venus Junction to Mercury, and one of the things that you are given as a reward is the Once Awake quest, which is a core quest in Warframe. So we're going to play through that quest, and we're going to show you how to do this quest. It's not a particularly difficult quest. It's also one of the oldest quests in Warframe. It was part of the introduction of the Infested faction way back. So it's a pretty simple and straightforward quest. So we're going to go ahead and hit replay. When you do this the first time, you are going to end up getting an email telling you that you've received a transmission and that you need to go investigate the bioweapon. Now, because I recommend starting as Volt, we're going to play through this as Volt. I put together this build, which is a fairly low-end build. As you can see, most of these are not particularly upgraded. The big one here is Energy Siphon. Very helpful if you're a new player. You can get that from the Nightwave store. And you can get the Augur mods from bounties on the Plains of Eidolon, or for trading for them. I know plenty of people who have extras of these. In fact, I think I have a whole bunch of them myself. New players like to give away this stuff all the time. And as you can see, we are well under the 30 capacity that most starting players would have. So, in addition, we've got our Brayton Prime. I've only got a moderately leveled Serration on here and a moderately leveled Hellfire because heat damage is very good. For our kunai, our Mark 1 kunai, we've got Hornet Strike. I put Lethal Momentum in here because since it is a projectile, speed does matter. And again, heated charge because heat damage. And we've got, because you get a stance from one of the junctions, you should definitely use this. And I put some basic mods on here in order to get some additional damage on here. You know, Pressure Point, Reach is one of the better ones because it makes you hit more things. We did North Wind, which is cold damage because it fits the category, or it fits the polarity, I should say. And cold damage is good early on. In addition to that, we also have Taxon Friendbot over here, who is, you pick him up from the same junction where you get from the junction from Earth to Venus, and you should absolutely build him. He comes with the R-Tax, which is his signature weapon, and which is a really good beginner-friendly weapon for a Sentinel because it basically acts like a targeting laser, letting you know that there are things, and also guarantees cold procs, slowing down enemies. In addition to that, he gets molecular conversion, which converts damage into shields, so that makes you more likely to survive. Just ignore the prime mods on here. Honestly, just putting vacuum, repair mode, molecular conversion, and assault mode on your Taxon will be fine. The rest of this is just not worth worrying about. This is all nice stuff, but you don't need to have any of it. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and investigate the bioweapon. Alright.
I've identified several vulnerable data consoles on the space. Find them and hack in. We need to know the nature of their new bioweapon.
So this is the spy mission. It's not a particularly difficult spy mission either, because while we have So you can see we have so as you can see, we have two different factions of enemies here, and they are hostile to each other. So, by the way, as per my usual advice, the first thing you should do in a mission is turn on run speed. So to a certain extent, we can just run past these enemies because we're after the spy vaults, and
Target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
the enemies are not why we're here, so we're not that concerned about it. So this is a type of Greener spy vault. It's actually really easy. All you need to do is go up here. And as you can see, you can just kind of bounce over the edge. And then this pane right here is broken. So we can just drop in.
Data extracted.
Very straightforward. Now, before you run out of here, make sure you break that, or you will get hit by a proc that will turn off that will take away some of your energy. You can also try and jump out the top, but honestly, I find that to be kind of difficult to do, so we're just gonna. Also, watch out for those. They do electricity damage, and if you are a low-level character, it is very easy to end up getting hurt and knocked out by that.
Heavy unit approaching.
So like I said, they're busy fighting each other, so we're just gonna keep moving.
We're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they will start destroying the data.
Now, in addition to the arc trap, you can see I got hit by that, and that does some damage. This particular type of spy vault can be a problem because there can be enemy bots that are in here that have, if they spot you, they'll set off the alarms, and if you can't one-shot them, it can be a real pain. I do think the easiest way is to kill them or go around them, and then activate this, and you'll notice that it brings up a set of platforms that you can come through and go this way. But I do also know that in addition to coming this way, which I think is the easier way, the faster way, if you're very good at the parkour, is you actually can go through here. You got to watch out for that because it will set off the alarm. But you can
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
come through this way too. And then you can skip hacking the panel down there and come in through here. Either way. You spend enough time playing this game, you get pretty good at the spy vaults. And they're actually pretty good experience early on, so it is worth considering just doing the spy vaults.
Stop the infested. Get the tunnel.
Infested? This shouldn't be possible. Tenno, it is more important than ever that you finish your mission. We need to know what is going on here.
Yeah, that's a so I have a mod that will occasionally automatically hack for me, but none of the hacking in this mission is particularly difficult. And like I've said in several of these videos, practice the movement. The parkour in this game is one of the best things about it. Definitely get good at it. Alright, so you can go through here, or you can go up through here. By the way, Eximus enemies will always drop health orbs and energy orbs. Very important. Alright, so we come across here. Come into here. Now, you gotta be careful with these, because if you hit that energy field, it will start the alarm. And then we drop down here, and we go over that energy bar so that it doesn't set off the alarm.
Data extracted. They won't even know it's gone. We have everything we came for. Get to extraction.
Who let them out? Was it Tengus?
Tengus did this. I know he did.
Someone released these
Tengus.
creatures on purpose. They want them to destroy you.
Well, it's nice of them to want things. Yeah. Okay. Turns out that's not an exit. Oh, right. The exit's over here. Yeah, we don't need to get involved in that fight.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
Although, by all means, if you want to fight these enemies in order to gain some extra affinity, do so. I'm just not that concerned about it. And as you can see, we got some... These are some basic mods, but these are important basic mods.
Tenno, we have an emergency situation developing. It's more infested. Get to the node I've marked on your navigation console. This Grenier ship tried to flee the infestation, but was quickly overrun. Exterminate everything on board before it reaches a more populated sector.
Alright. Well, so this is a simple exterminate mission.
The Grenier may have thought they would toy around with the infested, but they are quickly learning how wrong they were.
So, by the way, this is frame fighter data. This is for a side thing that isn't really worth worrying about. And then... This is a cephalon fragment, which there's supposed to be one of these in every mission, but you don't always find them. Scanning one of these will be important later, but for now, I don't know that I worry about it. I'm just showing it to you because it happened to be right there when we were running past it. Ooh, Morphix. Very good for early on.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Yeah, worth pointing out, I have very modest attack speed bonus on the staff over here, and this is actually pretty good attack speed, so definitely do recommend the Mark 1 bow. It'll carry you a good ways into the game. It will eventually get outclassed, but alright, now we can head for the exit, and we don't have to stop and fight any more enemies. We can if we want to, but we don't have to. And hey, what do you know? There's the exit. The more you use a weapon, the more it'll level up. So this is a simple.
These infested scare the very.
So this is a pretty simple defense mission. It's actually kind of boring.
We're going to attempt to use a cascade bomb to destroy all traces of infested here. The bomb will take time to arm. Protect it until it's ready for detonation.
Because the infested are mostly melee enemies, one of the easiest ways to handle them is to just stand near the bomb and do slam attacks. Even if you don't have any combo built up to make the heavy attack stronger, it's still, these are fairly weak enemies. They're only level 5.
These creatures appear to be mindless monsters, but they know we're up to something, and they're trying to stop it.
And if you look in the left-hand corner just under the map, you'll see the health of the defense target and also how many waves we have left. So we have, it started with 8, we're at wave 7, or 7 waves left, so.
When this cascade bomb goes off, a wave of void energy will tear through the complex, ripping the life force from all organic matter, but leaving the structure intact. It's our only chance to stop the scourge before it starts.
And yes, feel free to use your frame's abilities. They drop a pretty fair amount of energy in the missions these days. Like, be a little cautious, but it's not as bad as it was when I started, where you really couldn't use any abilities at all because there was just no energy to be had. Also, the faster you can eliminate enemies, the faster you'll get through the waves.
Almost armed. You just have to hold out a little bit longer.
Ooh, an Eximus. All right.
I'm extracting you now. Good job, Tenno.
And that's the Once Awake quest. When you finish it for the first time, you'll get a follow-up email from the Lotus talking about how the infested are going to be an ongoing problem. Unfortunately, since I've done it before, I don't have that email, but it's not a particularly complicated quest. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it helpful. I look forward to seeing you next time, and until then, get some rest. Thank you for joining us at Insomniac Gaming Theater. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment, and if you're so inclined, check out the Patreon in the link down below.